Hello, and welcome to the start of October's movie reviews and TV show reviews, where we are starting off with Twitches. Now, I'm sure a lot of people who watch my channel may not have grown up with this movie because this is a early 2000s Disney Channel original movie. So, I'm sure a lot of my friends who watch just and people in general may not have watched this movie or even grew up with it. But this movie is one that I remember being played an awful lot during Halloween. And I actually think it was the second one that I seen first, which was released in 2007. 2 years after this one was released, and then I remember there being like literally from 2007 that this either this movie or the second one or a double bill, double feature was always on Halloween night or at least leading up to Halloween. Back when Disney Channel was good and actually had good content on it. Back in the heyday of That's So Raven, Even Stevens, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana. The good old days of Disney Channel, especially Disney Channel original movies. Halloween Town, um, again Twitches, High School Musical, and all of that. So, what is Twitches about? Well, it's essentially about these twin sisters. Obviously, they're witches in the mystical land of Coventry. That their father died protecting them when they were just after they were born from this thing called the darkness, and they were separated at birth in order to go fly under the radar from the darkness. Now, if that kind of sounds familiar, you would be correct. That's essentially Harry Potter in a nutshell, but this time with twins instead of it just being the one orphan boy. So, yes, but in this, they have completely different upbringings. Alex was brought up poor, and her mother died only a few months before her 21st birthday, and was living with a friend of the family at the time. And then we have Cameron, who essentially grew up rich in a rich neighborhood and had everything given to her on a silver platter. So, two different upbringings, and on their 21st birthday, that's when it's decided that they will have the, of course, chance encounter, meet, and discover their magic powers, and then they go on to have this montage of them, at one point going to Coventry once, then going back, and then doing just a montage of them bonding, testing out spells, and then going back to Coventry, accidental trying to run away from the darkness that tried to attack where the home where Alex stays, and that's when there's a bit of a dynamic shift because the two sisters completely different personalities. You have the cool, calm, and collected Alex, who's very analytical. She is the one with the moon crest, and she inherits the ability of writing, essentially. And her entire life has just been journaling about Coventry and what's happened and all that stuff. Whereas Cameron, the Suncrest, is more of a drawer, an artist, essentially. So she has drawn depictions of these different things. And that's actually something that does come up in the next movie, which I will be reviewing very, very soon, this month, essentially. And so you'd think it would be Alex the one that starts the divide because she was at the very beginning very against this, very against actually having a twin sister, and finding out that they're that they're witches and that they have a real bio mother out there, and she doesn't want any of that. But it's actually Cameron who, for some reason, is the one to wedge put the wedge there, and eventually it's Alex that goes to back to Coventry, meets the mother, and then of course the darkness tries to attack Cameron at her birthday in Beverly Hills or whatever, wherever the hell it is she lives, and she ends up beating the darkness back to Coventry because it turns out, not so subtly, it's their uncle who is the darkness and killed their father and married their mother. So it's kind of also, medieval, like early UK royals, or not just UK royals, but like royals in general. It's a common story of even in Lion King, it happens, where the king essentially gets killed by the brother. The brother marries the his brother's wife in order to take control, yada yada yada. In the end, it turns out that it's love is the light to destroy them, and destroy the darkness they do, and the movie ends. Yeah, that's that. Now, I know I just gave you like a quick 6 minute summary of, or even less, of this movie. That does not take away from my enjoyment of this rewatch, because nearly 25 years later, since this movie came out, it still holds up. For the hour and essentially 25 minutes, because there's about 5 minutes of credits, still thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It really, really holds up, and it's a shame that it's gone kind of flew under the radar ever since Disney Channel stopped airing it around Halloween. Kind of, like all the other long forgotten Disney Channel original movies that are just only remembered by those who remember watching it, like myself. Um, and so when I was thinking of what movies I was going to cover for this month, I was like, oh, I've been meaning to rewatch Twitches and Twitches 2. So this was the perfect opportunity to, and I'm very happy that I did, and I'm really looking forward to watching the sequel because, as I said, that was the first one that I watched, and usually for me, if I end up watching the sequel before the original, I end up preferring the sequel. But again, it's been nearly 20 years since I last watched these movies, so my opinion may change. I might say that Twitches 1 is far superior than Twitches 2, but you'll just have to wait several weeks for that one. But yeah, I honestly really did enjoy my rewatch of this movie, and I'm really glad that I did. So that is going to wrap up this review. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Um, the next review is going to be of Corpse Bride, another favorite film of mine that I will always tout as being better than A Nightmare Before Christmas, which I reviewed last Christmas. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you all on the next upload.